Hello, everybody. In this episode, I am excited to shine the spotlight on Renee Li from New York, US. Renee is a soul purpose success mentor, intuitive master healer, teacher, an author, a speaker, and a creator and host of retreats. Renee's mission is to support the new generation of spiritual teachers, healers, and coaches, and help them access their soul's core message, increase their visibility, up-level their earnings, and create a greater impact in the world. Welcome, Renee, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Could you start by telling us more about your business so we can have a stronger sense of what you're all about?
Yeah, I am really this hybrid of spiritual mentor and business coach. So whoever comes into my circle to work with me, they definitely deepen their spiritual connections with their spirit guide so that we really, allow spirit to lead us into our highest potential in our business. And I also just really love marketing. And of course, the marketing action needs to be there so that we can manifest our soul purpose in the world, right? So the framework that I use is right energy plus right action equals soul purpose success. You need both the soul alignment and the action, the marketing action.
Awesome. That's cool. Can you tell us about your unique retreats that you offer?
Yeah, so the retreat that I offer is actually called Signal Your Soul Client Retreat. And it's really a visibility breakthrough retreat. It's for spiritual teachers, healers, and coaches who are really ready to call in their soul clients who will say yes to their offerings with joy. And that's really key, right, Dorethy? Because when you have your soul clients and they come into contact with you, on a cellular level, they're going to be registering that you're the teacher or the coach that they need to work with. You're the one that's really going to offer them that next level breakthrough. Like they're knowing it in their cells as they're hearing you or as they're reading your sales page. And when that happens, when it registers that you're the one for them, they don't see the dollar sign. They see past the dollar sign and they only see the value you're going to offer. They, in their mind, they're like, you know what, Dorethy is going to change my life. Like what she has to teach me, the way she's going to guide me, it's going to shift me permanently, powerfully, and change my life and bring me to a new level of mastery and success. And that's all they're focused on. And so when they're focused in that way, the money stories drop, right? And now they're seeing possibility, value, and the results, the possibility for their business. And so that's a soul client when they only see the breakthrough and the value and they see past the money. And what we do in this retreat, which is a 2.5-day retreat, is we really take a look at what is that signal you're sending to the world, right? If you're getting mixed results in your business or 0 results, it's really because you're sending a mixed signal to the universe. And so we really identify what is that mixed signal. I'll give you an example. It's like when people pray and they go, "Dear God, please, I am ready to serve my clients. Send me all of my soul clients. Dear God, I am so ready to serve my soul's purpose." And they pray for the money, they pray for the clients. But then subconsciously, what's happening is they go, "Oh, but wait a minute. If I had an influx of clients, I may not have time for my kids. If I had an influx of money, then I may, have feel pressure from my family to spend it a certain way," whatever that is, right? And so there's this mixed signal that we send. We pray for one thing, but then we're afraid of that very same thing we're praying for. And so the universe gives us mixed results. So at this retreat called Signal Your Soul Client, what we do is I help guide the participants to really get clear. What is that mixed signal? And how we do that is identifying what I call the fear shield, right? Because it's always you're afraid of the same thing that you're praying for. So I call it a fear shield, which is what we use to block the success that we're praying for. And so we identify that. And once you're aware of it, then you can choose to let it go. Lay down that shield, lay down the struggle, and allow in the success. So that's the Signal Your Silent Retreat in a nutshell. And once you do that, then you can really show up, right, as the spiritual leader you are, and have the true visibility to then signal your soul clients.
Perfect. I can think of one of those shields that I have myself. So
We all have them, yeah.
yeah, I think they're common. Shifting gears a little bit, can you tell us what is the most significant thing that's happened for you on your journey of your life that's brought you to be this business owner, operator, and creator that you are today?
Oh my goodness. There's been a lot of, I call them God breadcrumbs, right? So the spirit nudges, the heart tugs. Um, there's been major God breadcrumbs placed in my life. Like after my son was born, that's when spirit really nudged me urgently to leave my last business, which was database consulting. It was a very lucrative business. Spirit nudged me to move away from that and step into my sacred business. That was, of course, huge, right? And I had a lot of resistance. I just had my firstborn child. Like, why would I leave my 6-figure business that I built from scratch to go to a brand new business? Like, it was very risky. But after a year of straddling, I did surrender. And this is a very big key for spiritual entrepreneurs like us, right? Transformational retreat leaders like us. Surrender is really key because the God breadcrumbs for me, they position you to serve at your highest capacity. So I've had a lot over the past 10 years as an entrepreneur. My most recent God breadcrumb was to move to the mountains. Like spirit literally said, you're done. You're done being in the city, New York City, and nudged me to move to the mountains. And it was a huge move, which I won't go into all the story, but it was a very big growth lesson for myself and my husband. I have 2 kids, by the way, so it was a big deal to move everybody away from the city, away from the grandparents, right? And to come to upstate New York by the mountains. But I will tell you, Dorethy, my energy here in the mountains, like when I drive out of my driveway, it's just, the view is drenched in mountaintop views. My energy is different. Not just because of the mountains, but because I said yes and surrender to that guidance. The mastery that I've gained from saying yes, the mastery I've gained from walking through the fear of the unknown, all of that mastery, just from one choice, one decision, shifted me tons so I can serve in a deeper capacity. That's, those are the big moves. It's all because of God breadcrumbs.
Right. Yes. And surrendering to them. Right. Yes. I see that you've had many accomplishments on your journey. Why are you the master to deliver your retreat for the listeners?
Yeah. I have over 8 certifications, different healing modalities. None of that. I mean, yes, they matter. They were important activations for me along the way. But really what positions me to help my clients signal their soul clients and reach that new level of success in their business is me doing the inner work, me surrendering to the God breadcrumbs. It's because I've had those crazy tough conversations with my husband, crazy tough conversations with myself. It takes brutal honesty to be like, what is my fear shield? I used to homeschool my kids too. And this was another biggie. Like, how do you grow your business if you're going to homeschool your kids full time too? And I had to really get clear that my ego, my kids are not in public school. There's a whole other story and reasons for that, and they don't need to be. But I had to really get clear that my choice to homeschool was preventing my next level of success and growth. And my ego was hooked into it. So my ego was feeling really good going, hey, look at me. I'm homeschooling and I'm building, a successful business and I'm a best-selling author and hey, I'm doing great. I can do it all. And that was my ego enjoying that ride. But really, it was also preventing my next level of growth. And I had to let that go. And spirit literally knocked me over the head a bunch of times to be like, stop delaying, stop delaying. And I'm going, I'm in action all the time. What do you mean I'm delaying? Like, these are the conversations with me and spirit. But then I had to when I dropped into honesty, right? This is the inner work. When I dropped into honesty and I had that tough conversation with myself, it was like, you need to stop this crap, really. Like, you're preventing your own success. And so that's why I can hold the space, the sacred space that I do for my clients, because I've done the work and had these tough conversations with myself to grow myself, to really align myself with my divine blueprint.
That's beautiful. What is it like to attend one of your retreats? Can you give us an example of some of a shift that may happen?
Yeah, it's so fun. I love retreats. It's a 2.5 day format. So when I host retreats, there's always an opening ceremony and a closing ceremony. The opening ceremony is a third eye activation from the Cosmic Christ. And so my healing work is at the I am level. I work with my I am. And so the Cosmic Christ is who helped me to connect to my I am. And this third eye activation at the beginning of the retreat is great because it invites spirit in on a deeper level to give us more information, right, on what needs to be shifted. And really, it's us surrendering as a group to let the highest good come forth for the next 2.5 days. And we do see that, like in between day 1, day 2, day 3, overnight people will have dreams, which is just more information from spirit, right? To ensure that they maximize their breakthroughs while they're in that space with me. And then the closing ceremony is an ascension ceremony with Saint Germain. And this is a really powerful ceremony that will create permanent shifts on a cellular level for the individual, from like 3D to 5D alignment. All of this is so that you deepen your spirit connection so that you can become more aware of your God breadcrumbs, right? So you can surrender to that. And then you can master the fear. Because when you have a God breadcrumb, what happens? You're like, oh my God, spirit wants me to grow and expand. Oh no. And then the stories and the fear comes, right? And so without the God breadcrumbs, the fear wouldn't be there for you to walk through. And so that's really like the foundation of all of my work. It's to deepen your spirit connections. Of course, the right action is really critical, right? Like I said earlier, to manifest it in the world. So on day 2 of the retreat, so day 1 is all about the fear shield, getting super clear and then choosing whether or not you want to drop it. And then day 2 is when we go into, okay, cool, now that you're choosing your success, let's really get you to be visible in a very aligned way. So we get clear on the soul's core message, and we create a strategic visibility plan to help you with being visible on social media and really calling in those soul clients. So you actually do walk away with this content calendar that ignites your soul because it's aligned with your soul's core message.
Cool. Can you share some of your contact information, your Facebook page, website with us?
Yes. So if people are interested in the Signal Your Soul Client Retreat, they can go to reneeli.net/retreat for more information. And we do this in Montana, by the way. And so there's an excursion, which is what I forgot to mention earlier, an excursion to the Garden of 1,000 Buddhas, where there's a lot of sacred activations on that land for the participants. So it's reneeli.net/retreat for the retreat. reneeli.net just to learn more about me. And I have tons of videos on there, training videos on there as well. On Facebook, I'm at Renee Li. I'm sorry, facebook.com/Renee Li Own Wisdom, I believe. But I'll send you the link.
Perfect. Well, even they can look you up. I'll have the spelling and everything there. So yes. Do you have any final words or a final message to leave with us today?
I really feel like people get stuck at this fork in the road where they have to choose, do I want to follow God or do I want to follow the fear? Like that's where people get stuck, right? It's like, do I want to grow or do I want to stay where I am and play small? And so drop into, like I said, just be really brutally honest, drop into your heart and check in. Am I following God or am I following fear? And when you really get honest with yourself, then you can actually consciously choose which direction you want to go and grow into.
Oh, excellent wisdom. It's been a real pleasure having your energy and your wisdom here with me today. Thank you so much, Renee.
Thank you, Dorothy. This was so fun. Thank you so much.